How's it going, fams and famettes and such like? It's your boy Jack, the master of disaster, and we have got some MTG stuff. It's like mini boosters again, but kind of cooler because it's old stuff. Yeah, it's revised set, so we have the classic Atog. This is stuff like probably before my time, really. He's a 1/2 with 0 + 2 + 2. Each time you use this ability, you must sacrifice one of your artifacts in play. Wait, wasn't there an Atog deck just like, summon a fuckload of artifacts and Atog. Because that's a +2 + 2 permanently. Now I get that in those times, most of the artifacts were fucking shite. But now we have stuff like mirror works, token creatures that are also artifacts, etc., which means this could be huge. And in red you have stuff that gives you haste. And in green you have stuff that gives you trample. And let's be honest, red, green, rush, aggro, whatever, is a thing that exists. Well, we have Benalish Hero, who is a hero. She's a hero even. Banding. I mean, I guess at the very least she's a 1/1 for 1. And I guess her banding sometimes is nice, if you understand how that works. We have a blue elemental blast, counter a red spell in being casted for a red spell card in play. Actually really good. I think they reprinted it on one of the master sets as well. We have Circle of Protection Black. 1 prevent all damage against you from one black source. If a source does damage to you more than once per turn, you must pay 1 mana each time you want to prevent the damage. Not bad if you if your opponent's playing like a black deck which has one effect that deals a lot of damage rather than multiple. Circle of Protection Blue, rental damage from 1 blue source. The only time I can really see that being a thing is against Simic, because evolve. Oh, I've got a 20/20 creature with trample. Swing. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't care. I mean, it's probably kind of good in certain situations. Again, against stuff like, there's the one for green. So against certain decks, it's probably good to prevent damage. But usually preventing damage from stuff is bollocks. Especially when there are cards that are instants that give you stuff that say prevent all damage, or all combat damage. But this is the best one though, because it's with the Circle of Protection Red. We all know there's stuff like Fireball decks, which pay 20 mana, deal 20 damage to you. No, you fucking don't, bitch. No, you fucking don't. And Circle of Protection White, which, I guess white creatures do things sometimes. There we go. We have Crawl Worm. It's a 6/4 for 6. It's not bad. It's also kind of cute. We have Creature Bond, 2 cost in blue. If target creature is placed in the graveyard, Creature Bond does an amount of damage equal to creature's toughness to creature's controller. Oh, okay, so you, like, disenchant your opponent's stuff. I guess. We have a Dark Ritual. Oh, and that's freaking awesome. That will probably go in on my decks. We have Death Ward, regenerates target creature. Not bad. Disenchant, destroys target out of enchantment. Not bad because it's in white. Most of the disenchant effects that I know of are in green or red. And Disintegrate, deals X damage to one target. If target dies this turn, target is removed from the game entirely. What if you target a player with this? You're removed from the existence. Get out of the local gaming store. You got disintegrated. Also worth noting that I guess it's based on the D&D spell of the same name, Disintegrate. That's actually pretty damn good, because it says 2/1 target, not 2 target creature, or player, or whatever, just whatever. And it exiles it, which is better than some cards that do, well, because, 7 mana to deal 7 damage to a creature is probably not great. But it exiles it, so it's not so bad. Drain Life does 1 damage to a single target for each black spent in addition to the casting cost. Caster gains 1 life for each damage inflicted. If you drain life from a creature, you cannot gain more life than the creature's current toughness. Pro tip in this, run it Norse off. Yeah. Pay a certain amount, and then just extort for the rest of it. Pay all your black to do this, then pay all your white that you have, clearly, to extort. Drudge Skeleton. It's a 1/1 for 2, and you can press 1 black to regenerate. Kind of a weaker regenerating skeleton. But Dwarven Warriors. It's a 1/1 for 3 that can make a creature power no greater than 2 unblockable at the end of turn. Other cards may later be used to increase target creature's power beyond 2. Oh, so you could like. Oh, I guess this is sort of. I mean, in Modern Ruins that part wouldn't be there, I guess. But yeah, so you could go. Okay, target my. Let's say it's a 2/2 with Johnny's Pride Mate. Seems reasonable. Yeah, you can play in bars, colors, I guess. And then you, I don't know, tap something, gain a life. It goes up to a 3/3. It's still unblockable, even though it's become a 3/3, I guess. Also worth noting, there's no rarity symbol on these. We have Earthbind. If cast on flying creature, removes flying ability and does 2 damage to target creature. This damage occurs only once at the time this is cast. Fucking hell. Revised classic sets are just like loaded with words. If another spell or effect later gives target creature a flying ability, Earthbind does not affect this. Earthbind has no effect on non-flying creatures. I mean, it's weird because normally anti-flying stuff is in green, but this is in red, so it's alright, I guess, for being a red spell that does green things. We have Erg Raiders. It's a 2/3 for 2. If you don't attack with Raiders, they do 2 damage to you at the end of turn. Raiders do no damage to you during the turn in which they're summoned, because of summoning sickness. That's not bad. I mean, why wouldn't you be swinging with this, being a 2/3 for 2? You're probably playing this in an aggro deck, so... Fear. Target creature can't be blocked except by any creatures except by black creatures and artifact creatures. So... yeah, it's Intimidate, but it's not Intimidate, it's the other one, and I can't remember what it's called. Also, in Double Black's not too bad. There we go, the Fireball is there. Love that artwork, by the way. And Fire Breathing, nice. Enchant creature +1/+0. I actually run a version of this in my Nicol Bolas deck. I might not swap it out for this one, though, because... and... probably one of the most broken cards I've seen so far. Flight, in 1 blue, just target creature becomes flying. Considering that's probably the cheapest I've ever seen an effect that does flying. Fog, so it's an enchantment. Instant even. Creatures attack and block as normal, but deal no damage. Otherwise, affect any creature as a result of attack or block. All attacking creatures will still tapped. Play any time before attack damage is dealt. I'm pretty sure you could use that with so it prevents combat damage, and any damage, I suppose. Well, combat damage in general. Frozen Shade. It's a 3-cost 0/1 with black. You could pay black to give it +1/+1. Worth noting not till end of turn. Worth noting. Actually kind of good because there are certain shades that really good. I might actually put it on a deck. It's a +1/+1. Actually, no. I might put it in a vintage deck. I don't think I'll put it in because most of my decks are modern, and this would make it not modern, I guess. Giant Growth. Love that artwork. I think I had one of those before. Giant Spider, so that's the second artwork of it. It's not the original, it's cool. Actually, no, this is a different spider, isn't it? No, it's the Giant Spider. It's cool. We have Grey Ogre. It's a 2/2 for 3. But it has cool flavor text. We got a Grizzly Bears! A Grizzly Bears! Yes, the meme is real! The Grizzly Bears. It's a 2/2 for 2. And yeah, I guess this proves that it's on Dominaria. So I guess the original sets were in Dominaria, I guess. Guardian Angel prevents X damage dealt to one target. Any further damage to the target can't be cancelled by spending 1 mana per point of damage to be cancelled. So you could just go to 0. You could just pay 1 white at the start of turn or something and just go, for every 1 damage you're going to deal to, I could just negate it for X mana, I guess. Also kind of cool, the flavor of the card itself, Guardian Angel. Healing Salve, either gain 3 life, prevent 3 damage from your target. I've heard this being called one of the worst cards in Magic Gathering. I disagree. I disagree because you could play this it's better than Chaplain's Blessing. And Chaplain's Blessing is a playable card in a Johnny Life game, because it's 1 mana for 5 life. It's 1 mana to get a life gain effect to trigger stuff like a Johnny's Pride Mate, or to combine that with that one Worm, Voracious Worm, to give it +5/+5 when it enters the battlefield. So this, yeah, it's less life gain, but you also have the opportunity to essentially negate a red spell. It's not as powerful as Healing Salve, but who cares about 2 life? Well, 2+1, well, who really cares? But it has versatility. And we have Hill Giant, Holy Armor, target creature gains +0/+2, and you can pay 1 white to give it +0/+1. It's kind of good actually if you give it to a wall. And Holy Strength, target creature gets +1/+2, and that's an enchantment as well. I guess that's technically better than this. I guess. And Howl from Beyond. For X and black, target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn. That's pretty good in some mana ramp decks, actually. But yeah, the reason I'm saying about Dark Ritual and not any of the others is because Dark Ritual has been reprinted several times. We have Hurtloon Minotaur. It's a 3-cost double red 2/3. Not bad, if you're playing mostly red. Ironroot Tree Folk, 5-cost 3/5. Sorry, the mating habits of tree folk, particularly Star Wars iron tree folk, are truly absurd. Molasses comes to mind. It's amazing the species can still survive at all given such protracted periods of mate selection, conjugation, and gestation. I feel somewhat violated by this flavor text. And jump, target creature is a flying creature till end of turn. But there's an enchantment for one that does the same thing permanently. It's stupid. Also the idea of, oh, I jump, I now fly for a turn. It's not how it works. We have Curd Ape. While controller has force in play, Curd Ape gains +1/+2. This is a 1/1 for 1. They become a 2/3 for 1. As long as you control the forest. Growl is a color combination that exists. And it's a bolt! It's an original, well, I say an original bolt. It's a lightning bolt. Dude, we got a bolt. And a Llanowar Elves, an original Llanowar Elves. Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, which is a 1/1 for 1. Again, 1/1 for 1s aren't bad. Most human scholars believe the merfolk are the survivors of sunken Atlantis. Humans adapted to the water. Merfolk, however, believe that humans sprang forth from merfolk who adapted themselves in order to explore the last frontier. Space. No. Land. And we have Mesa Pegasus. It's a 2-cost 1/1 with flying in bands. Banding. We have Mons S. Goblin Raiders. It's a 1/1 for 1. Not bad, although most goblins nowadays, even though they have 1/1, they do other things. And we have Paralyzing 1 black. Target creature is not untapped as normal during control's untap phase. Creature control may spend 4 during his or her upkeep or to untap it. Tap target creature and paralyzes cast. Why do I get the feeling that you're not always going to put this on your opponent's creature? To spend... No, during his or her upkeep. But you can still do that as many times as you want during your upkeep. You could continuously spam it. And if you have tap abilities that are bullshit, and say a big creature that has a tap ability, you could cast this on your own creature, I guess. I bet that's a strategy. We have Pearl Unicorn, 3-cost 2/2, which is a unicorn. Pestilence, 4-cost enchantment. For 1 black, do 1 damage to each creature and to both players. If there are no creatures in play at end of turn, this card must be discarded. That's actually really good. That's a really good way of getting... That's a really good get around for token spam. Because at instant speed, because it's an enchantment ability, you could just... you summon a bunch of Zappalings, and they're dead. For 1. Anyway, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm back, I just have something going in the background. So you have Phantasmal Terrain. 2-cost in blue, target land changes to any basic land type caster's choice. When land type is set when cast and may not be further altered by this card. So basically, this was like printed in the time when Forest Walk, Swamp Walk, Mountain Walk, etc. were a thing. So you would target your opponent's stuff and do that. Also, I think it does change the mana type produced as well. So, the best thing you can do with this is target on your opponent's special lands. Say this gains blah 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 with any color. Just go, and now it doesn't, and now do not. It's in whatever color of mana that do not use, or they use the least. And we have Plague Rats. The stars below are the number of Plague Rats in play, counting both sides. Thus, if there are 2 Plague Rats in play, each has power and toughness 2/2. And so in newer terms, this would be, this card power and toughness are equal to the number of Plague Rats on both sides of the field. Again, fucking wording, man. Then we have Power Leak. 2 cost target enchantment, costs 2 extra mana during the upkeep phase of each controller's turns. If target enchantment controller cannot or will not pay this extra mana, it does 1 damage to him or her for each unpaid mana. What about just, if they don't pay it, destroy it? Is that so hard? And Power Sink, 3 cost. Target spell is counted unless its caster spends X more mana. Caster a target spell must draw and spend all available mana from mana pool until X is spent. He or she may also spend mana from other sources if desired. If this is not enough mana, target spell will still be counted. Huh? Huh? Okay, so basically when you cast this, you have to tap all your lands, I think. Yeah, you must cast all mana from lands and mana pool that's currently there until it's all spent in this card. And then you can, if you have land or elves and stuff, tap those as well. So it's a worse... There's a card thing that they printed more recently than this, not that says much, that does this but better. But I guess for its time it was alright. And we have Prodigal Sorcerer, 3 cost, 1/1 wizard, do 1 damage to any target. I heard this was one of the cards people consider really bad as well. And Psychic Venom, 2 cost enchant land. Whenever the land becomes tapped, psychic damage does 2 damage to that card target land's controller. Also, a cute snake. I don't know what that has to do with Psychic Venom. I mean, I guess he's a snake, but... and Raise Dead, for 1, bring 1 creature from your to your hand. For 1 is good. And Reconstruction, 1 cost in blue, bring 1 artifact from your to your hand. Well, yes, there is a cycle of these. Oh, and Red Elemental Blast, so the counter to Blue Elemental Blast. I still want to see a game where someone interrupts the other interrupt of this. So someone plays a Red Elemental Blast on a Blue Elemental Blast on something else. Just fuck you. And Regeneration, 2 cost, an enchant creature can regenerate. And we have Samite Healer, 2 cost, 1/1, which can tap to prevent any 1 damage from any target. Is what I have to say to that. And we have Screeth Zombies, it's a 3 cost 2/2. We have better stuff now, but it was a thing of its time. And we have Scorib Sprites, which is a 1/1 flyer in green. And I don't need to tell you that fairies are usually bull. Even this can be bull. And I have 6 cost, Sea Serpent. Sea Serpent cannot attack unless opponent has islands in play. Serpent is buried immediately if at any time controller has no islands in play. Legend has it that the serpent used to be bigger, but how could that be? I don't know. They went on a diet? And it's a 5/5 for 6. Well, it doesn't fly, and doesn't do anything, and has a downside. Okay. And we have Shanodin Dryads. It's a 1 cost nymph with Forest Walk. I mean, I guess it's a 1/1 for 1, but nymph's tribal. Well. And we have Shatter, 2 cost destroys target artifact. We have Smelt, which is cheaper. And we have Spell Blast. X and blue. Target spells countered X the casting cost of target spell. See, that's better than that other card. And we have Stone Rain, 3 cost destroys target any 1 land. Which is actually good because Demolish is 4, which is kind of recent, I think, and Cat, and it's actually cheaper. I mean, okay, Demolish can also destroy artifacts, but for 4. Stupid shit. And we have Stream of Life, target play against X Life. I do like this in my elves. In fact, I think they did even reprint that as well. I don't know. And Terror. Buries target creature, cannot target black creatures or artifact creatures. So destroy non-black, non-artifact creature. For 2 mana, that's good. Isn't Doomblade basically the same thing, but I think it's 1 more mana cost? And we have Tranquility, 3 cost. All the enchantments in play must be discarded. It's actually kind of cool. It's like Wrath of God, but for artifact, for enchantments. Bearing in mind, like, most enchantment destroying effects are like 2 to 3 mana cost. And we have Unholy Strength as an enchanted creature gets +2/+1. And we have Unstable Mutation, gets +3/+3 for 1 mana. During upkeep of each control's turn, to pull a -1/-1 on that creature. These counters remain even if this enchantment is removed before that creature dies. There is a funny thing that you can actually do with this. -1/-1 counter deck and I'm in cap. Target my Scorpion Demon. Oh no, it's gonna hit -1/-1 counters. What a shame. What a shame. Not that that's a good idea. Oh, and Unsummon as well. That's a pretty cool Eternal card. And Wall of Wood. Everybody knows that to ward off tribbles, you knock on wood. But usually it's best to make a wall out of the wood and let trouble do the knocking. Illustrator Mark Teeden. But I wonder who wrote that flavor text. Oh my god. And we have War Mammoth, which is a 3/3 for 4 with trample. It's not bad on mammoth sort of thing, I guess. And Weakness, enchant creature gets -2/-1. Yeah. And Wild Growth. Whenever the usual mana is drawn from target land, Wild Growth provides an extra blank, extra green. Isn't Wild Growth like a really good card? I swear I've seen because it's a mana ramp for 1, which pays for itself. There's probably something with that. I swear Wild Growth actually has some value. Anyway, you guys, this has been KJ's and his random stuff from Revised. Hope you guys enjoyed this video here. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. Don't forget to comment down below what your favourite pulley opening was. And I'll see you fans if I met in the next video. Bye bye for now.